program partners, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this morning to the International Green Tech and Eco Products Exhibition and Conference Malaysia, or IGEM 2023. I would also like to express my heartfelt appreciation to Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Fadilah, the Right Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, for graciously agreeing to officiate IGEM 2023. It is an honour to have you standing in for our Prime Minister who could not be with us today. I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to all our distinguished guests and the media as we mark the opening of the 14th edition of Malaysia's most established and longest running Green Tech and Eco Products Exhibition and Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, over its past 13 editions, IGEM has built a strong reputation for surpassing the key performance target set for it. Last year was no different, as IGEM 2022 recorded 4.25 billion ringgit in business leads, registered over 33,000 visitors, featured 370 exhibition booths, and convened 15 conference sessions. These are very commendable results indeed. Indeed, IGEM's exhibition floor continues to attract leading organizations from across the field of green technology, renewable energy, green buildings, and electric mobility, offering delegates a broad range of environmentally sustainable technologies, products, and services. IGEM is also hosting numerous country pavilions focused on trade promotion. This offers a platform for our ministries to showcase their initiatives and progress in inculcating environmental sustainability into their operations, as well as sharing Malaysia's many unique products and offerings at the state pavilions. IGEM's long-standing partnerships with trade associations, sponsors, and conference organizers has resulted in many faithfully returning to participate in every new edition. Here, I must acknowledge IGEM's strategic business matching partners, the Malaysian Investment Development Authority, MIDA, and Metrate, who have played an instrumental role in promoting and securing international attendance for IGEM and in delivering its ever-popular business matching programs. IGEM's unique proposition has to date enabled it to cumulatively record over 30 billion ringgit in business leads, welcome over 500,000 visitors, and hold well over 100 conferences since its first edition. It appears that this year, it will once again surpass the target set. And for that, I would like to offer my appreciation to the sponsors, partners, exhibitors, speakers, and all the many parties involved in making IGEM 2023 a roaring success. Having had the opportunity yesterday to meet with some of the delegates, visit the exhibition floor, and take part in several of the conferences, it is clear to me that IGEM's role as one of ASEAN's leading trade events for green tech and eco products remain as relevant today as it was when it opened its doors in 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, finalized its 6th assessment report, AR6, the synthesis report during the 58th panel session held in Switzerland in March this year. As you may know, it cautioned that the pace and scale of climate action being undertaken by nations would be insufficient to tackle climate change. With global warming already recording a 1.1 degrees Celsius rise above pre-industrial levels, every further increment of warming is expected to result in rapidly escalating hazards and risks to human health and ecosystems, food and water security, and the long-term sustainability of our settlements and infrastructure. When I first got in December, the NRECC, we were busy with floods and the rainy season. And then in May, we had to face the dry season and the heat wave. And now we are facing the haze. That shows the impact of climate change that we are facing day to day. The IPCC findings are disturbing, but they should be regarded as a call to action, not for despair. We still have a say in our destiny, provided we are willing to act collectively, equitably, inclusively, and most importantly, to act now. This is what our Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, meant at the United Nations recently when he said, and I quote, "We have not a moment to lose in relation to climate action." Ladies and gentlemen, the urgency is reflected in the theme selected for IGEM 2023, Race Towards Net Zero Leadership for Climate Action. Given the magnitude of the challenges faced, the NRECC has been steadily galvanizing efforts to build a more sustainable Malaysia. Some key climate action-focused initiatives being spearheaded include the drafting of the Climate Change Act, which is expected to be completed by 2025. Various stakeholders are being engaged, so the bill will address the pressing environmental issues in our country comprehensively. 2, the National Carbon Policy, which intends to offer direction on the carbon market mechanism to various stakeholders and is anticipated to be ready for implementation this year. A much-awaited National Determined Contribution Roadmap, NDC Roadmap, and the Long-Term Low Emissions Development Strategy, LTLEDS, that will enable the country to meet our NDC target and aspiration to be a net zero nation earliest by 2050, and the strategic formulation of the National Adaptation Plan is also taking place to increase our resilience and readiness across various sectors in facing the impact of climate change. Meanwhile, the National Water Institute of Malaysia, NAHRIM, currently produces reports, guidelines, and other publications to empower Malaysian engineers and developers with the tools and data needed to incorporate adaptation strategies into projects. Climate action efforts are also being concurrently undertaken across all of Malaysia's ministries and agencies, demonstrating a unity of purpose and action. For example, our ministry is collaborating with our colleagues in other relevant ministries, state governments and agencies in sectors such as agriculture, forestry and other land users, waste, industrial processes and product use, and energy in developing a comprehensive NDC roadmap for Malaysia. The NRECC is also determined to solve the single-use plastic issue. One of our targets in the Malaysia Plastic Sustainability Roadmap is to face our problematic plastic items like bags and takeaway containers and replace them with new sustainable alternatives. Here, I'm delighted to announce Sirim Eco 098 2023, a new eco-label for biodegradable plastic. This is a new standard that was developed in collaboration with Sirim to promote plastics that truly and safely biodegrade in the environment. Thank you, Sirim, for your technical assistance in developing this new eco-label. This initiative proves that innovation and a healthy environment can indeed go hand in hand. Similarly, the batik that many of us are wearing here today is actually made from recycled plastic bottles. Ladies and gentlemen, in Malaysia's quest towards a net zero future, the transition of our energy sector, which accounts for more than half of the total GHG emissions, shall be among the key impetus. The newly launched National Energy Transition Roadmap calls for us to increase the share of renewable energy in our total primary energy supply from the existing 4% to 23% in 2050, with electrification and low-carbon fuel diversification in the transport, residential and economic sectors being the key drivers. Malaysia's energy transition plans under the NETR augurs well with my ministry's current efforts to decarbonize our power sector through accelerated deployment of RE capacity in our power installed capacity from the existing 25% to the new target of 70% by 2050. The low-carbon transition in the power sector is being implemented to enable access to green electricity, as we reckon that the provision of a clean grid will play a pivotal role in ensuring a lower GHG emissions electrification. Realizing the importance of the grid to accommodate the evolving energy landscape, the government is working closely with the utilities to ensure that the necessary investments are in place to facilitate this transformation. TNB has laid out its Grid Development Plan roadmap to enable the energy transition with plans to invest upwards of 90 billion ringgit over the next 6 years. Furthermore, the ramping up of the RE in the power sector is also in line with the increasing demand for green electricity from multinational corporations, especially from the RE100 companies, data centers, and organizations keen to fulfill their ESG commitments. Therefore, NRECC sees that the greening of the grid and accelerating the share of renewable energy in our supply will open up new green businesses and investment opportunities to the country to further expand our economic value. To date, we have in place various RE initiatives, such as the Net Energy Metering Program, the Corporate Green Power Program, and the Green Electricity Tariff Program, which allows businesses to have access to green electricity, fulfilling their ESG and Scope 2 GHG emissions. Moving forward, my ministry, in collaboration with TNBX, will now upgrade the existing Malaysia Green Attributes Tracking System, or MGATS, into a full-fledged renewable energy certificate trading platform, which allows the commercial exchange of RECs to be undertaken in Malaysia. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, in the prologue to the recent Oppenheimer movie, tells us that the Greek titan Prometheus was punished eternally for giving mankind the gift of fire. The subtext of this is arguably that technology, if not used wisely, can be a mixed blessing. Certainly, technology will be crucial for us to address climate change. But as the Prime Minister said recently, we cannot be sustainable if we look purely in terms of technological change or transformation without care, concern, and compassion. This is something that we must not forget, even as we urgently seek to address climate change. How to ensure climate action remains inclusive, I hope that this is something that the thinkers and practitioners who are gathered here for the IGEM-related conferences will delve into. Certainly, this is something that the government is seeking to provide leadership for to ensure that climate change is tackled inclusively. Let me end by again sincerely thanking the co-organizers, MGTC, our strategic partner, MIDA, business matching partners, Matrade, Advancing Austria, and Business Sweden, conference partners, sponsors, and other partners, as well as many others who have been working tirelessly to deliver IGEM 2023, Race Towards Net Zero Leadership for Climate Action. I'm confident that with your continued support, the IGEM will continue to grow from strength to strength, and it will. Again, my warmest welcome to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yang Berhormat Nik Nazmi.